Jolene was just 15 years old when she was a victim of upskirting. But it wasn't done by a stranger. It was done by a boy in her class.
Throughout the lesson, he was being a bit fidgety with his phone. He put his bag on the floor and put his phone on his bag with his back camera facing upwards. And I looked down and I just thought to myself, why? I don't know why he's done that. And then he's thrown his coat on the floor and he's gone to me and said, oh, can you just bend over and get my coat for me? And I thought straight away, red flags were in my head.
Photos underneath Jolene's skirt were discovered on the boy's phone by the school. They deleted the photos and didn't suspend him.
I was sat just at the courtyard area and I saw him walk into school and it really shocked me. And I burst into tears straight away because I didn't want to see his face. Sorry.
Frustrated, Jolene's mother called the police. The boy was arrested and cautioned.
That gave me confidence in the police, and it gave us confidence as a family to know that, something had happened. Because I think all too often these things just kind of don't get followed through. There is a culture among young boys and teenagers especially that they can get away with this kind of thing because, well, who's going to believe you?
People who upskirt try to take a photo or a video underneath someone's dress or skirt without them knowing. It's intrusive, upsetting, and only in the last 4 years, a crime. The legislation was brought in because of Gina Martin. She was upskirted at a music festival and went to the police, but was told it wasn't a specific offence and the case was closed. She led the campaign to make it illegal.
It's just dawned on me really how much support we have across the board. Conservatives have shown a massive amount of support, Labour, Lib Dem, everyone, it's universal. So I'm feeling really positive about this. And I also just want to say thank you to everyone who's supported so far. It's been 10 months of really hard work, but we are getting there.
4 years on since the upskirting bill was signed into law, it's clear upskirting is a much wider problem than many thought initially. I've obtained exclusive data from police forces in England and Wales, which shows more than 40% of upskirting victims are children, and some have been recorded as being as young as 3. Despite 1,150 upskirting crimes having been recorded since it became a specific offence, only 68 people have been convicted. Campaigners say this data reflects wider problems with the criminal justice system.
You do need to think about interrupting behaviours like upskirting, indecent exposure, because there is that potential for perpetrators to go on and offend more seriously. And we do see those links between those who were investigated for upskirting also having been investigated for other sexual offending. It's an issue that we should never minimise because it gives men and boys permission to act like this with impunity. And that's where we are currently with the criminal justice system responding so poorly and charging and prosecuting so few cases of upskirting and other forms of violence against women.
A Ministry of Justice spokesperson said, "We created a specific offence to tackle upskirting because it is an abhorrent and degrading crime which no one, especially children, should have to experience. We are supporting women and girls to feel safer everywhere, and that's why we are encouraged that 60% of offenders convicted of voyeurism in the past year received either a suspended sentence or immediate custody." But the low conviction rate for upskirting may also reflect that not all allegations are taken seriously by authorities. Katie was 21 when she was upskirted at a car park and reported it to the police.
They just said, there's nothing we can do going forward, do you have any comments to make? And that was it. I didn't really believe that they had tried to look into it because I'd been told by the receptionists at the shopping centre that there was CCTV all over the car park.
How do you feel now, looking back on what happened to you?
It's something that stays in your head as well for years. I always wondered, where did those pictures go? I just feel, how many times has that happened to me and I haven't known.
While Jolene has now left school, she's still affected by what happened.
100%. I think it's knocked my confidence a lot since, because I've not been as, I've always been out there, and then when that happened, it did knock my confidence a lot.
Upskirting may be a relatively new offence, but it's clear greater action is needed to protect women and girls from the crime, as the impact for victims can be long-lasting. Alice Porter, Sky News.